Fighting robots represent probably one of the biggest challenges in engineering because there is no perfect design.
"40 robot fighting teams are about to take on one of the most intense engineering challenges in the world.
Advice I'd give to roboteers entering the arena is don't panic and try not to die.
To design, build and battle heavyweight fighting robots to compete for the ultimate prize.
Through chaotic group battles and fierce head-to-heads, new and veteran teams of robot engineers must push their reinforced war machines to the limits.
Their robots are harder, faster, stronger, designed for one thing: total destruction in pursuit of victory.
This is Robot Wars, where metal Goliaths meet rubber jellyfish and brains really are mightier than brawn.
There are teams of all ages from across the country and beyond who bring their handcrafted robots here to fight. From those outlandish designs to robots too dangerous to turn on outside of our bulletproof arena.
Last week, Eruption flipped the competition time after time to earn their place in the grand final alongside the brutally powerful Aftershock.
Tonight, 8 more robots compete for their chance at the title. We start with 2 group battles. The top 4 robots from this stage go through to a mini-league, fighting each other once for points, with the top 2 battling it out at the end of the show. Only one can go through to the grand final.
The robots in our first group battle are Thor, Tauron, Chimera 2 and Concussion.
Thor, Axebot.
Last series, Jason excelled with the axe, but one too many brushes with spinners zombified Thor before the end of the competition. For this series, he's back with a fresh design and plans to be even more powerful.
Your axe looks bigger.
Yeah, well, the axe is the same size, but the machine itself is smaller.
Okay, and what about tactically? What's the plan?
I'm just going to wait for a minute
Okay.
and let them all do their thing, and then I'm just going to go and pick on one that's not expecting it.
Are the hazards part of your plan, or are you just going to go straight in?
I like the idea of the rogue robot. I really
Yeah.
do. I think that's great, and I think I might press that button and see what we get.
Okay, please give it up for Thor. Good luck.
Tauron, Spinner.
Tauron's packing a 20 kg vertical spinning bar. It's the team's robot building debut, and they tell us it's only taken them 10 years to get around to it. Let's hope it's worth it.
Have you tried at smaller weight classes? Have you attempted a thing?
No.
You've just gone straight in at this level?
Not, yeah. Never built a robot before, start in the deep end. There you go.
And in your day job, you test video games.
I do.
Yeah,
I do
so
test
you're
games.
presumably, your thumb control would be pretty good.
Oh, yeah. I'm a bit of a gamer, so I've certainly got a lot of experience, like controlling sticks with my thumbs, and yeah, we will see what happens. We're just going to see.
Chimera 2, Axebot.
Last year, MR Speed Squared destroyed Chimera 1, taking out its unprotected car tyres. This time the team have a new design, complete with a defensive wedge for spinners, upgraded drive, and of course, improved wheels.
Now, weaponry, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we've got the great big Paradox claw on the back.
Okay.
Idea is we go and ram them, that thing's going to come over with some force and hopefully go through it.
Is there anything that may go against you?
Just being untested in battle, I think that's the biggest thing. This year it's our own custom-made 2-stage drive system, which in a battle is a bit untested.
Good luck. Give it up for Chimera, you especially. I like the signage.
Concussion, Drum Spinner.
Last series, the Concussion team were on the other side of the bulletproof glass, cheering others on. Now, as competitors, this group of engineers have opted to sacrifice armour to add weight to their powerful drum. Still untested in battle, this could be a rude awakening.
Now, Concussion is your first appearance here. What does it do?
It spins the front drum at about 6,000 RPM.
Yep.
Should give him a nasty lick and hit him out the arena, hopefully.
Are you confident, by the way? Your first time here.
Yeah, I mean, we've never done any fight anywhere, so complete rookies, but...
So this is the first ever fight?
Ever. apart from a big piece of oak. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, you took out a tree.
Well,
Congratulations, very good. The best of luck. Ladies and gentlemen, concussion! Our teams head to the arena for this all-important group battle. Taking us through each destructive detail, it's Jonathan Pearce.
Thanks, Dara and Angela. Each battle tonight will take place over 3 minutes unless competitors are immobilised, are flipped out of the arena or are pushed down the pit of doom. The arena also contains 4 deadly hazards and the house robots, who are no longer forced to reside in their corner patrol zones, but they're freed by competitors pressing the arena button. The doom dial decides at random to open the pit or activate the rogue house robot. They can travel anywhere in the arena to dish out damage on unwitting competitors. Our judges, Professor Noel Sharkey, Dr. Lucy Rogers and Professor Sethu Vijayakumar, are here to adjudicate if there's no clear winner at the end of 3 minutes, marking robots on their control, damage and aggression. The teams are arming up in the arena.
From Northampton, Thor.
Thor's axe goes from 0 to 90 miles an hour in less than a second and inflicts 1¼ tons of force on its victims. Builder Jason has designed this version of Thor to be lower and flatter to get underneath its enemies.
From Bedfordshire, Toron.
Father and son Tom and Tim built Toron in their garage. For their first ever robot, they've got some impressive statistics. The 20-kilo horizontal spinning bar spins at 3,000 RPM and has a top speed of 10 metres a second.
From Bolton, Chimera 2.
Chimera 2 has a hardened steel wedge and a new drive, which has doubled the top speed to 10 miles an hour. Last year, the team had car tyres for wheels. It was a mistake. This time, they have high-density polythene wheels designed to flex when hit.
From Wool, Concussion.
Concussion has a 6,000 RPM spinning drum with a tip speed of 137 miles an hour and is made from carbon steel. It also boasts a custom wiring system, laser-cut components, polycarbonate armour panels and rather fetching LED underlighting. That's the teams. Here's the house robot. He'll come down on you like a ton of titanium-tipped bricks. It's Shunt.
Roboteers, stand by. Three, 2, 1. Activate.
Here we go then. Look for the spinning drum there of Concussion. That's Thor with that mighty axe and a little bit of a bash there. And what is Toron doing? Hello, Toron! What are you doing? Not a lot. Chimera 2. They got themselves caught on the floor spikes.
Keep going, Jordan.
Very tentative battle this, but it's intriguing nonetheless. These are good-looking competitors, and they're driving sensibly. And he's attacking Chimera 2 there, Thor. That's interesting that he's gone after Chimera 2.
Oh, hey.
Jason obviously thinks he's the strongest opponent, needs to get him out of the way.
Don't do it, don't do it.
Fully invertible, Concussion has its own sort of stream neck, can run both sides up then. Thor in there again, Chimera 2 with the piggyback. Concussion seems damaged, but still mobile. Looks like Chimera 2 is in trouble. Now Thor goes in on Concussion. Chimera 2 has gone. Concussion is moving, but only on one wheel. And I think Jason here is just trying to drive Thor in, trying to get used to the controls on the modified robot. Toron, what happened to you, Tom and Tim? Oh, dearie, dearie me. Chimera 2 are out and not happy. Well, there's Thor angling for the attack. Concussion dodging away from Chimera 2. They got themselves on the spikes. Testing first battle for our robots. Thor and Concussion through.
OK, Thor, I thought we were going to have to go in and resuscitate you for a minute.
Yeah.
What happened?
The drive was a little bit sluggish. It's very cold, so I'm just wondering whether the chemistry in the battery's not very happy because of the temperatures.
OK.
So we'll try and I'll put them down with train houses or something before we make.
Give it up, please, for Thor. Good luck in the head-to-head.
Concussion, you were right in the middle of a lot of scraps there.
Yeah, right in there.
Yeah, and you put Chimera out.
Yes.
That was our plan.
Yeah.
We just went all out with the weapon. We knew that was our strongest point, so we just wanted to show what it can do in the first round.
Fantastic. And now a series of head-to-heads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Concussion.
Thank you.
Concussion and Thor return victorious to the pits. For Jason, new Thor has left him with cause for concern.
It was not driving right, so I need to work out what's going on. I think I've got a battery issue.
It's a different story for Concussion, who were amazed at the debut performance of their robot. But the team are learning that the stresses experienced in battle are in a different league to the tests they performed before the competition.
One of the windings is burnt out on one of the drive motors. We've never pushed them quite that hard. We've, thrown them about in a car park and pulled a car or two, but, never ramming against everyone else trying to ram against you, so it's, yeah.
The 4 robots in our second group battle are Foxic, Expulsion, Heavy Metal and MR Speed Squared.
Expulsion. Spinner.
From Brentwood in Essex, this brand new robot has been built by a team of students. They've developed an experimental retracting spinner, the likes of which we've never seen before on Robot Wars.
This is a project you've done for school, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's an engineering project. We wanted to test our skills and see what we could create.
It does a thing that other robots aren't doing.
Yes, so before we get up to speed, our blades are contracted, and then when we get up to about 400 RPM, the blades come out.
Show me the way in which the blades contract. Look at this beautiful model. Look at that. That is fearsome. Although obviously it'll go the other way because otherwise things will slide off. You having the smooth part? Is that going to do anything?
So we've got teeth on our actual metal weapons.
Right.
So they'll slice and hopefully grind at the other robots.
Okay,
or we can stab them with the point.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Expulsion.
Heavy Metal. Rotating arm.
Heavy Metal also has some unique weaponry, including a 360-degree rotating arm. However, despite having various weapons at their disposal, the team's main concern are their huge wheels.
What we've got with the armour?
The armour it's called latex steel. It's not very thick, but we just take chances.
Usually alarm bells when there's exposed tyres, but there's no rubber as such on these tyres.
No, they should provide plenty of grip.
Yeah.
They're replaceable as well.
Do you have spares of these?
No.
No.
MR Speed Square. Body Spinner.
Also known as Mr. Speed Squared, the robot has evolved from last series. This family team hope their robot's giant spinning ring can dish out the damage. There's also a lot riding on this performance for team captain Pete.
What's this, by the way, about you would propose to your long-term girlfriend if you don't win Robot Wars?
If we don't win Robot Wars, yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to have to marry her, actually, Ellie.
Okay, yeah, but what happens if you do win Robot Wars? Why would you not celebrate?
I'm off the hook.
What?
That's why I've been working so hard on it.
Is she here?
She'll be in the audience, yes.
Okay, grand. So she'll be cheering against you in hope of you finally committing.
Yes, which I should do, because she's a great girl. Yeah.
Foxic. Flipper.
Craig Danby returns with Foxic, redesigned and rebuilt from the ground up. It may look cute, but we've been promised it can cause some serious damage.
The Fox was a little fiercer this time.
It is. Well, a lot of people have these bits underneath the robot that's kind of hang down. So I'm hoping I can get underneath somebody, hook onto them, drag them around the arena, open the pit, drag them into the house robot, set them on fire.
Right, that sounds like kind of dirty tactics.
Well, this is war.
This is war. Give it up, please, for Foxy. Good luck, Greg.
Time then to see what they're made of. Go easy on them, Jonathan.
Where is the fun in that? 4 new robots, 2 places in the head-to-heads left. The Roboteers arming up in the arena.
From Staffordshire, Foxic.
Fox's wedge-shaped head is made of hardened steel and can lift 300 kilos. Foxic is quick with a top speed of 22 miles an hour for super pushing power.
From Essex, Expulsion.
Expulsion has a 5mm spinning disc which has 10mm spikes hidden inside. The team of students say the biggest weakness is Expulsion's lack of self-righter.
From Leicestershire, Heavy Metal.
Denny family have produced a robot with a 360-degree rotating weapon arm. The team say their robot has unique weaponry which can be swapped in seconds, their arsenal including a spinner and a large drill.
From Worcestershire, MR Speed Square.
Last series, this family team was plagued with technical problems. This series, their unique rim spinner has a radius of over 1 metre and weighs a huge 35 kilos. When team captain Pete isn't building robots, he's a consultant cardiologist. Had to have a hobby, I suppose. In the Corner Patrol Zone, recently awarded the World's Angriest Robot by the readers of Giant Angry Robot magazine, it's a killer lot.
Roboteers, stand by. Three, two, one.
Watch for the driving skills of Foxic here. Will immediately show. Down goes the arena release button, which sends a pit of doom down, and then Foxic drives in and underneath on a good attack. MR Speed Squared, it's a more powerful machine this time around. We can see the whirring blade up to speed. We can see Expulsion getting a nudge from Heavy Metal there. Foxic doing its damage, looks cute, but it can go through a wall, I'm told. And Expulsion in on the spikes.
Get out there, get out there. I can't move.
Oh, MR Speed Squared looks wobbly here. I wonder if it's so powerful, it's uncontrollable. And Foxic has been flipped. Can he surf right now? Doesn't look like it.
Thank you. Thank you,
MR Speed Squared. Back under control, comes in for the attack. It's okay now, that's important. And sending Expulsion surely out. Heavy Metal is moving. MR Speed Squared. Oh, lack of driving ability. Bit naive.
Are we through?
She schooled Heavy Metal and MR Speed Squared through.
We're dead. Yeah, we're dead, unfortunately.
Good attack by Foxic in underneath Expulsion. Heavy Metal taking damage from MR Speed Squared there, but they're both through. MR Speed Squared rotating, looks improved. Until then, they sustain damage by that.
I mean, what happens?
The self-righting arm, the lifting arm, didn't fire for some reason.
Bring him back, please.
They will.
I mean, that went well.
Yeah.
No problem.
Some fixing to do.
A little bit of fixing to do. Yeah. We're looking at you, Dad.
We'll take the wheel off, you fix it.
I mean, you're through to the head-to-heads.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yay! Well done.
MR Speed Squared. Happy with how it went?
I think so. It's the first time we've tried this one out, and there's a few things to learn from. The way it kind of floats around.
Had a bit of a shaky moment all right there.
Gyroscopic procession, yes.
Yes. I was going to say wobbly, but by all means use the term gyroscopic progressions. They go through, ladies and gentlemen, MR Speed Squared.
MR Speed Squared and Heavy Metal return victorious to the pits, through to the head-to-heads. They now have 2 hours to work on repairs before their next fight. MR Speed Squared are happy with the first battle, but need to diagnose the internal damage caused by that impact with the arena spikes.
It's going to be a slog to get it going again.
Whether the robot will still function, we don't know yet. We'll find out in a minute.
Although still mobile at the end of the battle, Heavy Metal has also taken damage, and on close inspection, it's worse than feared.
Bit more damage than I thought. There's a lot of dents. The arm's all bent, and that's stuck in there. I think the axle's shifted. Could be serious, really serious.
With the group battles over, the surviving robots are MR Speed Squared, Heavy Metal, Thor, and Concussion.
Our first head-to-head is between Axebot Thor and the spinning drum of Concussion.
Concussion's burnt-out motor was irreparable, so they already have to switch to a spare.
I'm doing the second of our spare motors, because the weld that was done on our other spare motor is like the Andes, and we can't get our chain round. So you're gonna have to get this re-welded, and I'll stand there with him and make sure it's nice and tight.
Jason has traced the fault he felt was impeding his arena rampage.
The issue was just this little wire here had come off, so throw that away and I've replaced it.
But that small fault has cost him dearly and could ultimately lose him the use of the weapon.
It's only bent because I've missed, and it's the movement stopped suddenly on this point, and I've got a bit more power in it now, so I've turned it round and it should bend it back the other way. Can't keep doing that because it will fatigue and crack and drop off or fly off.
For seasoned roboteer Jason, Thor is a labour of love. So, after many iterations, could this version be approaching perfection?
I'm Jason from Northampton, and my robot is Thor. Part of being a builder is demolition, and that's what I'm bringing to Robot Wars. The new version of Thor is sleeker, lower, it's actually faster, more powerful and more relentless. The weapon can deliver 1,250 kilos of force in less than 250 milliseconds. How would I best describe Thor? Relentless, savage and powerful.
For Team Concussion, building robots was a dream that led them into the world of engineering.
My name's Tim. I'm the captain of Dorset Roboteering Team, and our robot is Concussion. We've got Sam, he's the mechanical design expert. We've got Nick, he's the guy who's good with computers and electronics. And we've got Carl, our driver. He keeps cool under any amount of pressure. It's our first ever robot in any weight category. We've gone straight in at heavyweight. What makes Concussion stand out is a really powerful drive system and a tenacious weapon. The feeling of winning Robot Wars would be almost second to none. It's what we've wanted for a long time. We've wanted to be there, be involved, but to win, it's a whole nother level.
In the CPZ, the nicest 350-kilogram robotic triceratops I know, Matilda. And for this guy, every move is a pincer move. It's dead metal.
3, 2, 1.
Will Jason's bent arm drop off? Did he shove his batteries down his trousers? That's what I want to know. There is the arena button. The house robot goes rogue. Dead metal enter the arena and pins Concussion.
No. Keep going.
They're okay, just about, with their custom-made machine. Can it get that drum up to 6,000 RPM with that mighty tip speed of 137 miles an hour? Not greatly damaging Thor. Thor faster, lower, more powerful, but smoking. Jason's machine, smoking gets away, has learned to control it at speed. Goodness me. Oh, that's not smoke, that's CO2 venting. It means you won't be able to use his axe. Look at this for a fight! They're wedged on the floor of the arena! This one might go to the judges. Concussion can't move! This is a battle to the very death! Concussion can't get out of there! They're spinning! There is the button again, which means this time it's Matilda!
Wedged us. Wedged.
Matilda's done a sin.
Wedged.
Concussion wedged by Matilda. That means Thor can come in with that mighty axe. Slam, bam. Oh, dead metal in there as well. But poor Concussion. They're almost out of it because they're stuck in there. They can't drum up and a pound to get away. They get They flip Thor with the mighty power of the drum. What a turn up. What a turn-up! What a battle that is! One of the best we've seen this series!
Stupid, Jay.
Jason is gobsmacked! Brilliant stuff! Well, they awoke from their concussion. And Jason looks absolutely distraught because Thor was on the attack. It might have been smoking, but Concussion got stuck in there, couldn't get out. Something came off Thor, I think. That's when Matilda went in, trying to do her grisly best. But look at this. The power of the drum. It's all about the drum beat.
For Jason, a bad split-second decision cost him the match. His upgraded axe is now proving less than reliable.
Being stupid, went in for a bit of a nudge to sort of try and finish him off, and I went flying and then couldn't turn myself back over.
Concussion scraped the win, but the teething problems for this first-time robot are worsening.
Happy with the weapon and the drum. We're not so happy about the drive because we're pushing it too hard and it's blowing all our controllers and motors at the minute.
The rules are clear. If you can't deliver a working robot for the next fight, you lose your place in the competition.
Next, into the arena. It's MR speed squared and heavy metal. MR Speed Squared's earlier fears about the internal condition of their machine have proved to be unfounded.
We thought when we first got it off that it was going to be completely screwed. Like everything was just slack. But then we just took it apart, reassembled it, got all the adjustment sorted out, right. And now it's good to go.
No such luck for opponents Heavy Metal, who are still smarting from the damage sustained in their last fight.
This was an interchangeable part. It was like a grabbing arm. It got hit by Mr. Speed Squared, and it went all into the side like that. Had to free it all up, cut it out, put another arm on, a different style of arm. One of our main concerns, obviously, is the wheels. They're very exposed. One good hit from the spinner, and it's curtains.
Last series, MR Speed Squared turned heads with their outlandish new design. This innovative machine has great potential, but have they ironed out the complex engineering issues?
We're Team Forsey, we're from Worcestershire, and our robot's Mr. Speed Squared. It's a family team. I'm the dad and I've got my 2 sons with me. Jake, the driver, he's a computer programmer and IT technician. My son Sam is a motorsport engineering student. There's many hours of work gone into Mr. Speed Squared. If it gets destroyed, I'll be quite upset. Mr. Speed Squared is a ring spinner, 360-degree offense, 360-degree defense. If you touch it, it'll be ripped to pieces. If Mr. Speed Squared works as it should, then nobody will want to fight us.
Opponents Heavy Metal are no strangers to destruction. Their 2-tone machine certainly looks like it means business, but can it deliver?
My name's John Denny. I'm the captain of the Heavy Metal team. In my team, I've got my son John, he's the driver, my daughter Tasha, and my wife Kath. My day-to-day job is a crash tester. I crash cars. From that job, I think I'll bring a natural light for destruction. My son's still at college. My daughter and my wife both work for a fast food restaurant. The robot is a wedge shape, 2 large wheels, totally invertible. You can throw it all around the arena, it'll come straight back at you. It's unstoppable. The most impressive technical aspect is probably the rotating arm. My ultimate goal in the competition is obviously to win it. Compared to us, all the other robots are lift music. We're Heavy Metal.
In the CPZ, circular knot and shunt.
Roboteers, stand.
MR Speed Squared against Heavy Metal. If the disc of MR Speed Squared is functional, I think Heavy Metal could stand to lose their wheels here.
Yes. Come on.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Good to go. That's the way MR Speed Squared describe themselves, but that's a very good attack by Heavy Metal. Big whack on MR Speed Squared.
Come on, get it.
But they're in underneath. Heavy Metal who can flip them, certainly bash them onto the arena wall there.
Yeah! Keep doing it! Back off. Into him again!
Screams for John Jr. The Heavy Metal trying to hit MR Speed Squared again. And he's in underneath the circular machine.
Back off.
I can't really see much life in that full body spinner. It's not moving. Can get up to 1,000 RPM. But, Peter, you are heading down the aisle.
I just can't tell what's happening either.
If it continues like this, Monjuel, he might not want you. Inadvertently, they've hit the arena button. They can spell our audience. It's remarkable. Every day and everywhere they are getting better and better. Heavy Metal in underneath MR Speed Squared. That really has been the tactic of this battle. And into shunt, into the CPZ. Down comes the big spike of shunt to pierce that dodgy armament. Run away, and keep running MR Speed Squared.
Do not go in the pit.
That's basically, yes, sound advice. Dodge the pit. That's what they're trying to do. Oh, but MR Speed Squared are very close there. Heavy Metal pushes them in. Doesn't matter that they went in afterwards. They pushed them on Speed Squared in first. Win for Heavy Metal.
Cease.
Good work all the way through by Heavy Metal there, pushing them on Speed Squared, onto the floor flipper, into the CPZ, punishment sustained by the house robot. Oh, and it was a penetrative punishment too. They tried to evade, but down they went. Heavy Metal are jamming.
Well, I'll be honest, even if I hadn't seen the fight, I heard the cheering. Did it not start? What happened?
After that first ram into the wall, it just stopped running.
More fights to come, so hopefully you can still get points on the board. You get nada out of this one.
I know.
Because
Well,
everything goes to this team.
MR Speed Squared are taking stock of the collective damage caused by both Heavy Metal and Shunt.
Shunt got his axe in here, which has bent our sprocket down onto the motor, so it's locked solid. And we can't fix it until we can get this off, if we can get it off. We just had it welded on to make sure it didn't come off.
Although Heavy Metal's exposed wheels were their biggest concern, they may actually have been the key to their success, giving them the grip to dominate MR Speed Squared.
There's a lot of them, the tyres came off, the little tyre things we've got.
They've got to go back on, but we want to straighten all those up as well. We've got quite a lot of dents. So to get that maximum movement on the ground, we want to make sure all of them can touch the ground to do it. So just get a hammer out.
After the first two head-to-heads, Heavy Metal and Concussion both have 3 points. Thor and MR Speed Squared are on 0.
At its heart, Robot Wars is a celebration of what can be achieved with creativity in engineering, something head judge Professor Noel Sharkey is passionate about, particularly when it can be used to fix problems in the real world.
Now, we see a lot of destruction from our robots in there, so to think that robots are potentially going to save the planet is a stretch for some, I think.
Well, I don't know if they'll completely save it, but a really important role for robots is in climate change and food production. At the minute, there's a lot being developed. For instance, there's robots going in and repairing coral reefs and going under the polar ice cap, collecting data about melting.
And what about food production then?
Yeah, well, that's very important. Ones I like best are the swarm robots. And they go out and they drill holes in the ground and plant seeds, and they're working on robot bees for pollinating. So it's all looking very good.
Problem,
yes, that's
obviously.
right. Yeah.
We see a lot of kids down here getting into robots to build for Robot Wars, but there's a whole world opening up in terms of the applications and the industry.
Yeah, this is all about fighting robots. In actual fact, it's developing engineering skills. And if we're going to solve these sort of problems, we need an awful lot more engineers.
I like to think that we're at the forefront and maybe responsible for saving the planet.
Yeah, maybe,
What do you
maybe.
think?
But I mean, maybe at the back front responsible for saving the planet.
Well, either or, that'll do.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Professor
Angela.
Noel Sharkey. Thank you.
Next into the arena are Heavy Metal and Concussion. This is a big opportunity for both teams, as the winner will go top of the leaderboard. With their wheels repaired, Heavy Metal are ready. Opponents Concussion are having no such luck, needing to replace not just their burnt-out motors, but speed controllers too.
Oh, idiot.
With their deadline looming, the pressure is on to deliver a working robot to the arena, or forfeit their place in the competition.
What's the signal going to be like to the speed controllers, Nick? Are you going to be ready just to go straight in?
Yeah, just got to plug it in.
With seconds to go before they're disqualified, the team put the lid on the robot, load up, and head to the arena.
Let's get there, let's get there.
Can the hastily reassembled Concussion prove deadly to Heavy Metal? Or will John Jr.'s driving skills keep Heavy Metal's wheels intact and out of trouble?
In the arena, the mighty, bitey, fighty, Dead Metal. And Matilda.
Don't forget they're not very experienced, so you should be able to run rings around them.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
And Concussion only know one tactic, all-out attack and dominance. That's their mantra, and we love that. Ooh, something came off Heavy Metal there. There are bolts flying. Bits of metal. Heavy Metal here taking some punishment. Concussion on top with the drum. Oh!
Oh,
exposed. We now know heavy metal cannot move. It can spin and spin sluggishly, and I think it can't even spin anymore. You can see the drum of concussion spinning. Heavy metal's going to be counted out. Concussion is moving. Mobile. Great win. Great win.
6.
Really good. Off goes the wheel out of the arena. What will they be like when they don't have drive problems? A very good 3 points for concussion.
Heavy Metal's luck with their exposed wheels has finally run out.
It looks like it took a massive hit on the wheel and it sheared the axle off. It's the one we welded previously. It's just going to need welding again. It's a weak point on the robot.
Concussion victorious again take the lead. This winning run is forging strong unity within the team.
These guys here, like, I get overexcited. Sam goes off and does the thing, but these two stay calm and they know exactly where everything is every point. So, yeah, fair play to these guys to get it running.
Thor and Mr. Speed Squared are next up into the arena. For each of these teams, winning here is essential to stay in the running.
Performing his final checks, Jason has found a new problem with Thor.
Seem to have a problem with the drive with one of the wheels, and it's very stiff.
Stress levels are rising for Jason.
Meanwhile, MR Speed Squared are still patching themselves up after their brush with Shunt. With the battle rapidly approaching, Team Captain Pete is forced to employ some precision engineering techniques to straighten the weapon motor sprocket.
Better. Much better.
Both these teams are fighting for their robots' lives in the competition. A bad defeat now will dent more than their machine.
In the corner patrol zone, the king of carnage, Sir Killalot. And Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Can Mr. Speed Square deliver some payback here? In comes Thor. He's had problems with the axe arm. He couldn't self-right because the CO2 vented in the last one, but everything seems to be okay now. He's had drive problems with one of the wheels, but Thor looks back to its best now. And with the precision repairs, MR Speed Squared hit their machine with an hammer. Now they're being hammered. And they're out.
6.
Out of this one anyway. Victory in this battle for Thor.
Oh,
So
dear
disappointing.
guys. Look at Thor's drive. His drive is like next level.
So much drive on the attack straight away. Bash. Crash. Smash. And in underneath with the wedge. Down came the axe again. A battering.
Turns out getting hit in the head
Yes.
is probably the greater problem for you.
Yeah, no, that's true. Our battery's packed up, basically.
Oh, really? And was it anything for the fact that he came in very close to you and just hammered you on the head with an axe?
I don't think so.
It can't have helped. But
Yeah. The results would have to fall your way, but there's still a chance that you can get into the final. So don't give up just yet. Equally, you're not there fully yet.
No, I know.
Because of the last defeat, but
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was definitely a step in the right direction for
It
you.
was, yeah. Well pleased. Robot's much better than it was.
So at the end of that, no points, but still in the game for MR Speed Squared and 3 points for Thor!
Defeat at the hands of Thor seems to have deflated the MR Speed Squared team. Unable to form a plan of action, the boys have turned to soup as they mull over their predicament.
Jason, meanwhile, is delighted Thor is finally living up to expectations.
Oh, that was better. Smiles back. Happy with that. Drive system's working as it should be. I think the axe is on fire as well, so yeah.
With only 2 head-to-heads to go, the scores look like this. At the bottom of the table is MR Speed Squared with 0. Heavy Metal and Thor both have 3, but in the lead, and definitely through to tonight's final, it's Concussion with 6.
Next to fight, Drum meets Disc as Concussion take on MR Speed Squared. Having rewired their power supply after their fight with Thor, MR Speed Squared are in the test arena trying to get their disc into action.
We've just done what we should have done before, test the disc before we go into the arena, and it's not working.
Unable to start the disc, the team try to diagnose the problem.
So what's changed between the first fight and this fight?
We've got it rammed into the disc a lot harder.
Yeah, it's got
it's the friction. Thanks.
Their next opponents, Concussion, are aware of the issues, but won't be making any concessions in the arena.
It didn't look like their weapon was going, so just going to go hell for leather at them, I suppose, really.
MR Speed Square's groundbreaking design is proving tough to fix. Things are going from bad to worse for the family team.
Oh, it's died.
Yeah, it wasn't me, it stopped.
It's the battery problem again, isn't it?
Whew. MR Speed Squared have done what they can to get their machine running, replacing batteries and reducing the tension on the spinning disc. It's their last chance to get points on the board, but up against league leaders Concussion, will they be lambs to the slaughter?
Concussion's place in the final is secure, but their chances of making it to the grand final in one piece could be dashed if that MR Speed Squared disc is working properly. Oh, it's totally out of control! Oh, like a whirling dervish, like a mad thing out there. Well, it was absolutely buzzing, but it took them right out of control. It's not working now, so Concussion can come in.
Open the pit, go on, open the pit, Jake.
They'll have to rely on driving skills, pushing power. The arena button signals the pit to go down. Concussion will try and manoeuvre them towards that pit, slowly, slowly, slowly. Oh, well done, MR Speed Squared, for getting away there.
Keep going, keep on him.
He fits pacemakers, you know. Pete Forsey, the cardiologist. He's trying to keep them a pace ahead of Concussion. Ooh, but now they're in the grip of dead metal. Oh, bit of slice and dice, which is always nice. Get away, get away, get away! Oh, just, no, not there! Oh, this is wearing me out. Concussion, in again on the attack. I don't think they can get much damage caused on MR Speed Square because of that. That blade acting as armament, actually. It's stopping the drum of Concussion, really causing too many problems. It's just tentative, bit of a nudge, bit of a shove here and there. Oh, they're in there again! Don't let it go. What are you doing, Dead Metal? Ah, go on, kill it off.
Yeah, get away.
Stop, ankle, stop.
Go, run.
No, you can't get away from Kill It Off. No. Kill It Off is mean and merciless and, just about perfect. And away goes MR Speed Squared. The writing is on the wall. Concussion has been hit and dented, but it's been a very good machine and very nearly got itself on the precipice there. When you consider that the armament of Concussion could be a weak spot, they've done well, really, to dodge any sort of massive punishment throughout this heat. Ooh, is that smoke? Is that smoke?
Someone's on fire.
Something is on fire in Concussion, and this could be hugely significant for later on. And MR Speed Squared could be this battle winner, because they are still mobile. Concussion just about. Well, they've worked tremendously hard, MR Speed Square, to get a machine back into the arena. It is now about a little bit of a push. The Concussion drum is still working. You can see that MR Speed Square have no weaponry, to be honest. Cease is called. That's intriguing. Didn't go to plan. Yes, the blade is working right at the start. It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh dear, it's like your dad dancing at a disco. Yeah, he was like that, I can tell you, my dad. The old blade is bent and warped. They nudge into Concussion there. Concussion getting away, not so MR Speed Squared. Caught by Dead Metal in there, sustaining damage to circuitry and to armament. Down with a crash and a slam, that won't have helped. But they stayed on in there. Remarkable, really. The judges there, they'll be totalling up the scores for control, damage and aggression.
It was a good battle.
Yeah, we enjoyed that.
We had a bit of spin at the start
the disc
as well.
went a little
Like a
bit
little
up again.
coin
Yeah,
flip.
yeah.
I mean, we did think briefly that it may be curtains straight away after that glorious little spin, but you pulled it back.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's go over to concussion. You were sailing through.
Yeah, the gremlins are back.
Yes. There was a little bit of steam out the back at the very
I
end.
think flame as well.
Oh, flames.
Yeah, one of the motors are gone.
Oh dear.
Lost on drive.
Their ring is just that height that we can't get to their main body. So we were just chunking away, and it's just the worst height to try and get them.
It has gone down to a judge's decision, and that decision was unanimous in favour of concussion. Good luck in the final.
So for MR Speed Square, the competition is over. And for Team Captain Pete, this now has some life-changing ramifications.
Like I said, if I didn't win a Robot Wars, I might marry Ellie.
Mistake.
No, it's not a mistake. It's something I've kind of, I don't know why, but I've been putting off a bit. Probably because of bloody Robot Wars, actually. I need to do that, really.
So it's a happy ending for Peter and fiancée Ellie. And the good news doesn't stop there, as Longshot Concussion have made it through to tonight's final. However, they still require a working machine, so the unreliable drive system could yet be their undoing.
We don't know what's going wrong with our left-hand side drive. Some strange
Still being replaced.
goings on. It's been replaced already, so
But that was the
gremlins again.
That was the hardest we pushed it, though.
Yeah, pushed it to max there.
So who will be their opponents in the final? It comes down to this last head-to-head between Thor and Heavy Metal. Both teams have been struggling with major repairs and mechanical setbacks throughout the competition.
Heavy Metal have proven a tough opponent to beat, with an edge of speed and grip through those huge wheels. But can they stand Thor's massive hits now that he's finally up to full strength?
Another huge decider here at the end of this episode, because it is Heavy Metal versus Thor. But how's it going to go?
Could go either way.
Really?
We're hopeful.
Are you?
Very.
Your driving has been excellent. Your weapon, I think, has been not quite decisive.
It took some serious knocks in the melee.
Yeah.
It's not been working too well. It's working, but not as it should.
So how do you cope with the axe?
I don't know.
We'll tell you afterwards.
Have you given any consideration to this? How you might cope with? You know he's got an axe. He's Thor. He's got an axe.
We've not fought an axe before. So.
Have you not?
No.
Listen, I can only wish you the best of luck. Give it up for Heavy Metal, ladies and gentlemen.
Jason, it's battle of the drivers. We've seen John Jr. over there do an amazing job with
very good.
Heavy Metal. Have serious armour there.
We'll put the heavier hammer on,
Okay.
so it delivers a bit more power.
Right.
And the front's flat to the floor. That should get straight under them.
Okay, please give it up for Thor.
In the arena, it's the thoroughly malicious Matilda and Dead Metal.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And Thor immediately getting in underneath Heavy Metal. We knew that would be Jason's tactic. Down comes the axe.
Nice. Get his back. Go on. You got this.
Look at the arena floor. It's absolutely littered with the little rubber feet that are on the wheels of Heavy Metal to give it traction, which means they can hardly move without skittering. Difficult now for John Jr. He's doing a brilliant job, though. Turns away again. Oh, nearly lined up an attack to come in behind Heavy Metal and flip, and once again John Jr. turns Heavy Metal away. The weaponry electronically powered.
Oh no.
Can move at 10 RPM, but it's going nowhere, and Thor is in behind. Oh, and then Thor hit the arena floor and couldn't sustain the attack. Couldn't drive home the advantage. Drove onto the floor spikes. Drove Heavy Metal into Matilda's rear fly wheel, and off comes the wheel of Heavy Metal. And now stuck between Thor and Matilda, and I'm afraid this Heavy Metal gig is about to end with a slow dance towards the Peter less Thor Nearly got into trouble from Dead Metal, but Stacy's called Thor the winner. Heavy Metal, game opponents, but a beaten opponent. Oh, what's this from Matilda? Oh, really big hit. Don't tangle with the rear end of Matilda. All-out attack. Thor using that front wedge to get in underneath. I think the Heavy Metal grabber is bent. That's where the wheel came off. That's where Matilda came in. That's where Heavy Metal were beaten.
Thor is victorious and will meet Concussion in the final. Seasoned Roboteer Jason is confident of his ability to decimate his rival.
Concussion's a drum spinner, and with the front end that I've got, I think I can go straight underneath it, and then it's just a case of just bludgeoning him to death.
Concussion still have a huge electrical repair job before they're ready to fight. This fairy tale story could yet unravel for the new team.
He's tough armoured, he's fast, and he's got a strong overhead weapon. But we got a drum, and it's, you know, giving him a nasty lick before. Hopefully we can do it again. We're going to point that thing at him and hope he comes hell for leather.
Our finals tonight could not be more different. We have the first-timers, Concussion, built by Robot Wars fans whose love of the show inspired them to try their luck.
Versus the battle-hardened Thor with years of fighting experience under his rusty belt. But only one can go through to our grand final.
Last series, Thor's agility, speed and accuracy stunned the competition. He came back this time with promises of a new improved robot that was harder, faster and stronger. But in his group battle, Jason's new creation didn't live up to expectations, failing to dominate his early head-to-heads. Jason's wake-up call was against Concussion, costing him valuable points.
That's stupid, Jay.
Since then, Jason's worked tirelessly to get Thor back up to strength.
Smiles back. Happy with that.
Now, with his drive at full speed and his axe at full power, can the all-new Thor claim a place in the grand final?
To do that, he'll have to defeat newcomer Concussion. This orange, whirling dervish has astounded everybody with its tenacity and brutal power in battle. The Concussion team have faced relentless repairs time after time, as those high-voltage drives burnt out in the heat of battle.
We're going to be blooming soldering as we're walking into blooming those two battery cars.
If they can avoid another battle bonfire, could this be the fairy tale ending for the boys who went from fans to finalists?
Now, when these two met in their head-to-head, Jason's showboating cost him the match. Can Concussion get the best of Thor for a second time?
3, 2, 1.
Activate. Final. Jason is a builder. His estimate was a bludgeoning victory. Yeah, we all know about builders' estimates. Jason and Thor at the moment, bit cagey. Doesn't want to go head-to-head with that spinning drum. Wants to angle and attack to get its axe down. And Jason's so experienced at the controls, thought he had a bit of an edge there, didn't. Well, I can't see any great damage caused.
His axe not working.
Again, Jason might have got a little bit cocksure there going in. And nearly got flipped, that's what happened to him before. A little bit overconfident, perhaps. Comes in with a side-ish attack on an angle. Concussion holding the central ground. Dead Metal awaits. Concussion nearly pinned.
Using gas.
Gas is venting from Thor. Now this is what happened before against Concussion, because when Concussion turned Thor over, Jason lacked any sort of stream mech because of a lack of CO2 to self-right. Down will go the pits. This is a very tactical heat final. And Concussion is prowling and growling and again holding the arena central space. There is no power in that Thor axe, it would seem now. Thor is in trouble because it can't dish out punishment unless there is something left in the weaponry. And so the heat final goes on! And he did have enough power to self-right. He was holding it back. Brilliant stuff from Jason. Good attack from Concussion. On the side. Over went Thor. Will it suffer the same problem as before? No. Good recovery. We're all grown-up kids living out our childhood fantasy, say the concussion boy.
He's buckled him. Buckled him good.
And that front wedge is buckled, they think. And concussion again, the more aggressive. The drum spinner may not be up to the maximum 6,000 RPM and can't spin now because Jason is using the Thor wedge to break that drum, to stop that drum moving. Now it'll move again as it frees itself. This is very tight. Wouldn't want to be a judge if it goes all the way. There's still power in the axe.
Go on, whiz it up, whiz it up. Get him. It's going as fast as it can.
But can it move, Thor?
Don't jam him.
Come back. Come back. Stop. Come back. Don't restart him. Don't restart him.
Pull back.
Like two heavyweights who punch themselves out. And that might have been a little bit of a fake from Thor there. Because Thor's on the attack now. On the flame pit's not going to do concussion's motors any good. Ceases calls after a brutal, abrasive heat final.
We could have won that. We could have won.
They might have won. Or has he won? Has he wasted an opportunity? Doesn't look happy. Thor flipped, came down. But that was concussion's tactic, to draw Thor in. You can see the CO2 venting again. But very cleverly, Jason kept enough in the tank. And when flipped there, could self-right. That's experience for you. Well, that will count in his favour. It's time for our judges to decide.
So, after 3 minutes of these two fine robots running around smashing into each other, there was no definite winner. It has gone to a judge's decision, and we're waiting that result. Concussion, this is your first time out, lads. It's your first time.
Yeah.
And you got all the way this far anyway.
Yeah, which we were super chuffed with.
Yeah.
We thought, no, we're happy to go out in the four-way, but no, we went through that. Happy to go out next time. No, we got that.
Okay, grand. And now you're in the final, awaiting a judge's decision. Like,
Yeah.
do you think you'll get it? Do you think you've done enough?
We certainly hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
Certainly hope we kept the weapon pointed at Thor long enough to
Okay,
get in
well,
our favour.
listen, it was a good fight. Give it up for concussion, ladies and gentlemen.
It was kind of a battle, the old guard against the newbies.
Yeah.
And the idea would have been that you schooled them, but it was much more even than that, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's a good machine. Very, very good machine. I was trying to get a hold. It's like getting hold of a bar of soap. It was. I was trying to push them towards the house robots who were in the pit, and I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
It was a close one. Give it up for Thor, please.
But we have received the adjudication. The results are in, and the judges were unanimous. The winner of this fight, the winner of this episode, and definitely going through to the grand final is Concussion, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, congratulations. Just be thrilled. Are you ready for the big fight, so?
We're going to throw everything at it and get it ready, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well done. Very, very good. Well done, Concussion.
Hard luck to you, Thor. Obviously, there is the wild card. You came back on the wild card last series, so you never know. You never know. We'll be back next time. But for now, that's all from Robot Wars. Good night.
Good night.
Coming soon on Robot Wars.